Hey y'all. Today is Thursday, September the 18th. Hmm. Um, so I've been up watching some different lives or some different videos. And the first one I started out with was Native Land Podcast. And I'm trying to pull it up now because I wanted to talk about some stuff. I'm not gonna come on camera because y'all know I ain't ready. Hmm. Uh. Oh my God. And I'm gonna give y'all these videos because I want y'all to get into this. The first one. Let me show you the native. All right. Um. Native Land Pod. And I hope y'all watch these videos. Put the link so you can see where my head was at and what I had been watching. So I started off with this video, and Angela Ray had Michael Harriet on, which ended up with me learning about the 1619 Project. And I'm going to go purchase that book. I did look it up on ChatGPT just so I can tell y'all a little bit about it. I went on their website as well. Let's see, where is it? All right. So it says the 1619 Project is a long form journalism and historical initiative created by Nicole Hannah Jones and published by the New York Times Magazine in August 2019 to mark the 400th anniversary of the arrival of the first enslaved Africans in Virginia in 1619. And so it just tells you a little bit about it. But then I actually went on their website. Hold on. Let me get that. I actually went on their website and um, downloaded the book. So if y'all can, take the time to go. I did subscribe to them also, but take the time to go find out about what the 1619 project is and how it actually relates to what's going on right now. The thing is, do y'all remember when they used to say, if you want to keep things away from African Americans, to put it in a book? Because a lot of times our people are so unmotivated to go and read. And even just the first couple of pages of it, I was just like, hmm. Then I ended up, and I didn't even make it through the whole video before I clicked live. And I'm gonna let you hear what made me click the live button.
So I want to talk about collaborators in a second. And I think about, some have said that white Christian nationalism is kind of this benign euphemism for what's going on. And I personally believe that that's because they don't understand the violent structure or otherwise that whiteness, Christianity, and nationalism has inflicted upon Black people. So can you talk a little bit about that? When people talk about white Christian nationalism, what are we really naming?
But we should call it white supremacist Christian nationalism. You see, whiteness in and of itself could still lead toward a John Brown. He
Mhm.
was white in solidarity with black folk, willing to give his life. White supremacist Christianity, which has been the dominant form of Christianity in the history of the country,
Mhm.
on the vanilla side, on the
Mhm.
white sides of town.
Mhm.
There's always some counter terrorists who themselves, out of love of black people,
Mhm.
side with the Martin Kings. We could think, for example, of Miles Horton.
Now I'm gonna stop it right there. Let me give y'all the link to that. I've always loved me some Cornel West, always. Um, and he's so. It's not just that he's educated, but I could understand what he was saying, talking about our history here, as far as black people. But going back to the video, I was talking to y'all the other day. It might have been yesterday or the day before, but I was talking to y'all about about the Christianity. And on this video, I just learned. Hold on. There's a definition of domestic terrorism. Hold on.
The reason why it is impacting us at a soul level so much is because
Hold on.
your voice, good brother,
I'm gonna have to look it up. But the fact that they were talking about what the FBI considers domestic terrorism. Hold on, I'm trying to pull it up. Here you go. Now let me get it so y'all can see it. When Angela Rye and Michael Harriot talked about, I think his name was Michael Harriot, when they talked about domestic terrorism and what the FBI defined it as, I was actually shocked. The FBI's definition of domestic terrorism comes from U.S. law 18 U.S. Code 23315 and the FBI's own description. According to the FBI, domestic terrorism is violent crimes, criminal acts committed by individuals and or groups to further ideological goals stemming from domestic influences, such as those of a political, religious, social, racial, or environmental nature. And when they read that term, I was like, wait a minute. The President of the United States has been acting as a domestic terrorist since he came down the elevator and started talking about Hispanics. Let me read a little bit more. Key elements under U.S. law: domestic terrorism involves activities that involve acts dangerous to human life that violate criminal law, appear intended to intimidate or coerce a civilian population, influence government policy by intimidation or coercion, or affect the conduct of government by mass destruction, assassination, or kidnapping. Occur primarily with the territorial jurisdiction of the United States. Important note: the U.S. does not have a standalone crime called domestic terrorism. Did y'all see that? The U.S. does not have a standalone crime called domestic terrorism. Instead, people are usually charged under other federal or state laws like weapons charges, hate crimes, or conspiracy. But prosecutors may describe the behavior as domestic terrorism. So there's not even a law for what a lot of people here in the United States, especially black folks, now brown folks, have gone through. And it kind of makes me want the first question is why? Why hasn't any law or policy been passed for domestic terrorism? Because it's certainly happening, right? It's certainly happening to black and brown folks. More so black folks for years. And which goes back to what I said in the beginning. Anything that you want to keep away from black folks, put it in a book. Well, there are some black folks that are reading. And they know things and they see things, but they don't have the audience to warn. But I found that funny that domestic terrorism it doesn't have its own law. Let's get back to white Christian nationalism. And I'm not going to stay on long because I've got to hear what Cornel West says about it. One thing I do know and that I've heard and I'm actually seeing as far as politics is that let me go back. So I was having that conversation about Christianity and the two different gods, God with the big G and the God with the little g. And you can tell who is who. You can tell which is which. Mm. Which is crazy because I'm like, nobody sees this. Most black people, they have turned away from Christianity because they're like, I'm not serving the slave master's God. But then nobody is speaking up and saying that Christianity passed through the continent of Africa before it ever made its way to the Americas. Nobody's saying that. But do white Christian nationalism, those racist white people, they have been subverting Christianity just like they did in the Roman times with the Crusades. They have bastardized Christianity to use for hate, to kill black people. To this thing is so deep, and all we see right now in 2025 is Fulio up there trying to um, quail free speech, even hate speech. but things are happening to people. Things are happening to him. I don't even consider him to be a white Christian nationalist. You know why? Because he doesn't believe in God. He's not a Christian. Now everybody's angry about Jimmy Kimmel being his show being taken away. And what's kind of surprising is that did people really think that it was just going to be black and brown people's civil rights taken or infringed upon? No. This country voted on November 5th to hurt them own selves. And when he tells them to shut the F up and suffer, is that when the real civil war in America is going to begin? Because some of these white people are going to be like, wait a minute. We thought this was just for the black and brown people. Why are you talking to us like that? So I don't think it's really going to play out the way that he thought. Him and his other demons, like, what's that thing? Stephen Miller. This is going to get real ugly in this country, and it's not just going to be for black folks, y'all. It's not going to just be for black brown folks. It's going to be for everyday white Americans that are going to have their civil liberties taken, and they not going to like it. And then you know what's going to happen? You know what they're going to tell them? Well, y'all voted for this. And they're going to be like, no, we didn't. Yes, you did. That's crazy though. It's funny, but it's not funny because what y'all thought y'all were doing to hurt black and brown people, it's actually gonna come back and hurt y'all. What is that? So I'm gonna have my head in books because I actually looked up the Griot Black podcast with Michael Harriot, and he's got a book out. I've got to go pick up that book. Let me see. I think it's called Black as Fuck or Black AF. So I've got to go find that book because to my knowledge, they've been saying he's one of the latest historians about what's happened with black people. I got his podcast right here, and I'm gonna take a listen to it after I listen to Cornell West. Let me see. Can I find it? Is it this one? So before I'm just gonna show it to y'all. I'll put the link down, but I don't know what I'm going to be hearing, but I do think that it's Michael Harriot's platform. So I'm gonna listen to it and see what I can find out. But I do have the it's 100 pages, full issue of the 1619 project. I do have it downloaded, and I'm gonna go through and read it. Let me see, where is it? So I have it right here pulled up. So I'm gonna read all 100 pages of it. That's where I'm gonna start. I gotta find Michael Harriot's book. Let me see, can I pull that up real quick? And I had never heard of him. Oh, here it is. Oh my goodness. That's gonna be good. Just looking at it. So here is Michael Harriot's book, Black AF History, The Unwhitewashed Story of America. I'm going to read this book because I need to see, for Angela Ray to speak so highly of him, I need to find out what's going on. I need to read this book. Oh, wow. And once I read it, then I'll come and let y'all know about what I found out about it. But I am gonna look into it. I wonder, has Learning Daily heard of this book? It's a lot. The world as we used to know it before November 5th, 2024. I don't think we're ever going to be able to put that genie back in the bottle. And if you don't read and learn about what our forefathers and foremothers went through in this country, we really are going to be doomed to repeat it. Um, I was listening to another podcast. I can't think of the name of it, but it's me and this person had words because let me see, can I find it? Basically, what they were saying is that they were saying about Madam Vice President that she was never going to win the election. And I was like, why? Why would y'all say that? Was it because she was a woman? I don't think it was because she was black. Because I don't think that's, but it was the Politicon. I was watching this video earlier and I actually had to stop because they had pissed me off. Damn, 9 replies? What the hell? So I said, why wasn't Madam Vice President a good candidate for 2024? Are you gentlemen saying that because she was a woman? I'm usually in agreement with you, gentlemen, but the statement about Madam Vice President Kamala Harris stunned me. So this person, MTSAZ7995, said it has nothing to do with her being a woman. Stop being so sensitive. She did not get the message out. She should have immediately called for the borders to be closed. That one thing is what cost the election. I don't believe that. She should have made it crystal clear that the inflation was from Trump, a 8T addition, 8 trillion addition to the debt. Which is he's done it again. Economy and immigration costs her big time. And I think someone made the comment several Democrats tossed her under the bus because had she won, they couldn't run in 2028. Mm. She would be incumbent. I think in 2028 we will know exactly who. I thought she was a great candidate, but it became obvious 10 days before the election she would lose. Maybe that was Musk interfering and Trump cheating, but I think she would have overcame that had she dealt with the two issues I mentioned. So I responded back to that person. Then somebody says the price of silence is Donald Trump. It is also the price of a failed public education system that no longer teaches civics or history. Ignorance is expensive. Now that is absolutely true. I agree. The one thing I would add is that the reason the public education system is failing is due to government, primarily GOP policies that have been focused on undermining it for decades. We are today has been in the works for decades. True here. Get together and teach the ignorant. Tell the U.S. story. What you have overcome. What needs work. Biden's legacy is in the toilet because he tried to run for a second term. Kamala's Kamala's legacy is total irrelevancy. She did not get the support because many future Democrat candidates wanted to litigate 2028, and if she won, then they would have missed their opportunity. Hmm. Groupthink, collaborative learning has been detrimental. Encourage critical thinking. Encourage critical thinking. Allow for diversity of opinions if reasoned and not conclusion. Conclusory. Mm, that's a different word. I'm gonna have to look that up. Bring back basics, the foundations. Also, summer school and after school programs may be as elective to keep kids safe, encouraging learning and foster growth in the areas of interest, whether trade, AG, art, athletics, etc. The courses are there. They just lunch line the requirements to pass, not requiring students to memorize on an understanding it level, only quick exam level. That's true. Even though there was such a run on sentence. It base education also only requires basics to pass instead of in depth understanding, which is one of the changes needed academic change, and the other two, vocational and physical fitness and wellness, need improvement as well. Mm, okay. I didn't know all those replies had been up under there, but I agree. I keep going back to the 90 million Americans that didn't vote because they were listening to other people that don't read, don't write. They just kept listening to other stupid people tell them that their vote didn't count. And evidently it did. So much so till they're trying to keep people from voting in the midterms. Now, the thing that's done happen here in Texas with the redistricting, and this is funny but not funny. Greg Abbott did all that foolishness, and one of the people he was targeting was represent House Representative Jasmine Crockett. Her district was District 30. Guess what happened when they redistrict and redrew the maps here in Texas? She's still in a predominantly black district, which is District 31. What did y'all do? They played them on their own selves. They F their own selves, which is funny. And they're not going to tell y'all that they F their own selves over, but Greg Abbott did. Listening to Trump. And now you have California where Gavin Newsom he could add 5 extra Democratic seats. And he did it by the people, not racial gerrymandering. Hey, Lady Sparkles. I don't watch the beef sector, darling. I don't know what's going on in the beef sector. I do not pay attention to them, and I don't have any subscriptions from the beef sector. I don't. Love you too, but Texas played them on their own selves. Greg Abbott and Ken Paxton they really messed over Texas, and I think they really, y'all, they're gonna have to pull out more stops before the midterms, 2026 midterms, because Texas. Okay, just be careful. Just want to let you know because they'll do it to anybody. But I got you. Love you too, darling. The 1619 project came out in August 2019, and it is the unwhitewashed version of. It said it's to be. It's called long form. Hold on, let me just pull it up. Long form content. Not long form content. So what the 1619 project is a long form journalism and historical initiative um, that came out in 2019, and the the right is trying to say that it was them teaching critical race theory, and it is what it is. Thank you, but it tickled me to hear that they, because I listened to, what is that show? Goodness gracious. Why am I always forgetting what I don't watched? The Breakfast Club. I watched The Breakfast Club with Jasmine Crockett on it this morning. And when she explained, and I want y'all to go listen to this because they talked a little bit about Madam Vice President too. But when she said, when Charmaine asked her what happened, did she not have a seat? She said no. It moved me from District 30 to District 31, which is still majority black Americans. And that's why I began to laugh, because I was like, oh, y'all really tried to mess people over with gerrymandering, and you messed up, and she still ended up um in a black district. Now, the other four districts that they finagled, I don't know what's happening with them. I need to go look up Representative Al Green. But while they were trying to hurt, while Donald Trump was trying to hurt Americans in the midterms, he actually made it better for Democrats. I hope y'all see that. It didn't hurt Jasmine Crockett. It actually helped her. And what would be even more funny is once the midterms get here and the Republicans still get voted out of certain places in Texas, that would really be hilarious. But let me get off of here because what time is it? I got some stuff I need to be doing. I need to record, so I got to do a makeup look. I need to edit because I did a perfume video, my perfume collection video. So I got work to do, but I do be listening to certain things while I'm working on different things. So, but I gave y'all links. Y'all go watch and educate yourselves. If you can't sit down and read, then at least listen. Audio books are a thing. You can just listen to the books. If you can't read, or if you don't want to read, that's not me throwing shade. I'm just saying some people either don't have the time or they can't, and maybe it's easier for them to have audiobooks. It's a thing. So y'all stay blessed and stay safe. But I'm finna listen to Cornel West because he finna tell it like it. The white Christian, he said white supremacist nationalism. Oh my goodness. I know he finna tell the truth. So yeah, y'all stay blessed and stay safe. I'm out.